LibreOffice and Rhythmbox. LibreOffice, it's just an office application. Rhythmbox, they went literally 1204 had Rhythmbox. I mean, 1104 had Rhythmbox as the default media player. 1110, I believe it was, they changed and said, nope, we're not going to use that anymore. We're going to use Banshee because it's better. And now 1204, they're back to Rhythmbox. So that's not a feature. Number 6, better language support. Well, to be honest, I'm English and I don't care. Okay. And
Yeah,
number 7.
Thank you for being honest about that.
And number 7, a fresh kernel. I hope to God they don't ship me an old kernel. So that shouldn't be a new feature.
So aside from it, that it's not called Penguin, it's called Pangolin. And now looking at it, I agree with you. It definitely should be Penguin when you get the P. I mean, come on. So yes. And so in addition to that, these are like little, not really major update material. It's little baby things.
There's one, HUD. That's it.
Yeah, I'm with you, Dor. Not cool.
I know. But
what would you like to see in this? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, what would make it a Pangolin?
Honest to goodness truths. Like, I believe now they did add something new into the right-click menu in Nautilus that I believe people are going to deem functional, but I can't remember what that is right now. They did tighten up Unity. They did broaden the video card support for it. That's, to me, a feature because I can now run it, maybe. You know, things like that. Ubuntu Software Center, they expanded. They have more paid apps in there. That's a feature that everyone can use. Not power saving.
I mean, even though these things are good things, they're just not groundbreaking things.
Well, and to me, they're not features. That's like saying now we have a new splash screen on boot.
Right. Good point.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Maybe they'll change it from Pangolin if we complain enough.
No. Mark Shuttleworth thinks he's Steve Jobs 2.0. He ain't changed it for enough.
All right.
Okay. The next thing, I know I just got real stressed. The next thing, I mentioned this a while ago. Mozilla wants to create their own mobile operating system. More power to them. More competitors, the better. I don't know if it's going to take off at all, but maybe it could.
The more OSs, the better, I say.
Right. And honestly, I really do like everything Mozilla does.
Except.
Oh, I didn't say you did. Except for the friggin' memory leaks that still exist on Firefox for 5 years now.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Android apps. The Android browser.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That has gotten substantially better.
Yes.
It just needs the last things dotted and crossed and curved.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Okay, but now you can actually boot up the Gecko build environment.
Neat.
Which this doesn't say, but by reading it, I believe this is the first base of that mobile operating system.
Neat. Wish they had some screenshots. I want to see some cool graphics and stuff.
I know. Well, the one thing that confused me is what you need: 64-bit platform running Ubuntu 11.10. Fine. With at least 4 gigs of RAM. That's a lot. 7 gigs of swap drive. That's a lot too. 80 gigabytes of hard drive. That's got a lot. And then the very next step, setting up ADB. Android debugger.
Okay.
I don't know why. That's confusing. I'll just have to wait for it to get more mature and maybe I'll understand it more.
Okay.
But, so this isn't vaporware either. The first signs of it are coming out.
Neat. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I really want it to be successful.
So do I.
I really want it. Because to be honest, kind of like we were saying, you know, the Ubuntu for Android might not be real. Could be this, for all we know.
Right.
This might be tweaked to do it.
I say keep them coming. More the merrier.
Okay. The next one I had to mention because I need to remember it. And I know Paul is going to do a fantastic job with the show notes for this.
Okay.
So I'll just be able to search the show notes for this one. Okay.
What are we talking about here?
4 of the top open source screencasting applications.
Ooh.
Okay, now this is kind of, they use the word screencasting a little bit. Everybody uses it a little bit differently, I'll say. Okay. Some people think of screencasting as just taking your screen and saving it as an AVI, MOV, MP4, whatever file.
Right.
Some people believe it's only sending it over a network stream.
Okay.
And then some people believe it's only sending it up to a internet service to share or stream out.
Huh. I didn't know
So
that.
they kind of walk the line. The first one is FFmpeg.
I didn't even know that did screencasting.
Okay. If there's anything any media application can do, FFmpeg can do from the command line.
It's crazy.
Whether it's play video, save video, stream video, transcode video, change video to an audio, or vice versa, or take a MP3 and save it as an OGG. I mean, even resize the video, change the resolution. I mean, anything. So if you can record video, FFmpeg can do that too. I encourage people, if you really are low on resources and you want to record your video as a movie file, FFmpeg to me gave me the best results because there's no interface. You just go type the command in, hit enter, and away you go. It's recording.
Wow. It's crazy.
Yeah. The next one they talked about was called Record My Desktop. That's really not the name of the application. It's called GTK Record My Desktop, or I believe the other one is KDE Record My Desktop. One for each desktop.
I see.
And this was just a really small app, pops up, boom, hit record, starts recording, hit stop, hit stop. You can change the quality. So if you're on a really bad computer, you can say, well, I don't need as many frames per second. I don't need as much bit rate for the audio.
Right.
And you can select areas or regions to record, so it isn't the whole thing.
Nice. Looks pretty simple.
Yes. As long as you remember to hit stop on the recording and it doesn't fill up your temp file.
Okay.
The next one is VLC. VLC can do nearly anything you want it to do. You just got to know how to do it.
Okay.
And it's not always easy. This one actually documents to me quite clearly how to do it.
Yeah.
You basically, in VLC, you open up and then it's open capture device. Capture mode, change that to desktop. Options, how many frames per second. And then at the very bottom, there's the play button, the little drop down arrow. You have to make sure you change it to convert.
Okay.
And the MRL is screen semicolon / and there's editor
what the
options.
Hell's an MRL?
Media relocation link.
Okay.
I don't know. Did it sound good?
Sounded great.
Good. That's what it is. And then you basically go down, you hit that, then you hit start.
Okay.
You can save it as default as H.264 with AAC. I encourage you to do that because that seems to be the easiest way to record the highest quality in VLC. Then when you get it recorded, convert it to whatever you want.
Right.
WebM, whatever. The next one, Steve, I don't even know it's available for Linux, and I'm not sure it even is. I think they just might be talking open source in general because they mentioned Cam Studio.
Yeah.
If it is on Linux,
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But it says FFmpeg is the best solution for Linux users. Record is best for Linux. Cam Studio is easy to use, high quality, my first one, it's cool. Doesn't say. I don't know. Maybe you can. But if you need another option and these ones aren't working out for you, try Cam Studio. One big plus I like Cam Studio, you can save as a SWF file.
Wow. Oh, it's
Yeah.
not for Linux. I see it in the graph. It's got a minus there.
Okay. Well, on Windows, I like it. The only thing that here's the real reason I liked it. You could very easily lower the frame rate, because with Flash video, you do not want, with that kind of Flash video, you do not want 30 frames a second.
Right.
File size is phenomenal. Lower it to like 15 and you'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay, that was a big one, Steve. Okay. I have to mention this next thing because it has the word ninja in the title.
Okay.
Even though me and my son go back and forth, what's cooler, ninjas or pirates? And I tell him, pirates are only good on water. Ninjas are everywhere. And you don't see ninjas, so they're everywhere.
Right.
Okay. Really had a hard time wrapping my head around this one, Steve, because they don't actually come out and say what it is. They just show you examples. Okay. This is over at reghardware.com. And the title of this is Hackers Print Tiny Linux Box to Net Up Your Home. To net up your home. What the hell does that mean?
Oh no. Tiny computer designed to get things done in your home and out of it without writing a single line of code. It's called the Ninja Block. It is a open source hardware gadget running Linux that's designed to accept feeds from external sensors. Okay.
Right. So the only way I can explain this is it's a magic black box where you can hook up other things to it. Primarily, it looks like USB. And then you can say, when this event happens, I'm guessing you sample trigger it. Like you go in, you plug it up to your X10 system, hook it up to USB, turn the light on and off, and then you tell it when that event happens, do this. It's using the Beagle Bone Board, which I've never heard of the Beagle Bone Board. I heard Beagle Board, but not the Beagle Bone Board.
Looks pretty cool, this Beagle Bone Board.
Yeah, the Beagle Bone Board is $89. Quick factoid. Beagle Board, Raspberry Pi. Beagle Board, much more expensive and much stronger in processor. Okay, if you take processor power versus dollars spent.
Wait a minute. The Beagle Bone Board or the Beagle Board?
The Beagle Bone Board. All
right, start that again with how you're comparing it to Raspberry Pi.
Okay, the Beagle Bone Board is much more powerful, and it's $89.
Okay.
If you take like the unit price of $1 per processor cycle,
right?
You know what I mean? The Raspberry Pi is phenomenally a better deal.
I get you.
So, this costs $89. If you buy 4 Raspberry Pis, you will have clearly more than the power of one Beagle Bone Board.
Right, I got you.
But they each have advantages. If you really want to get into this kind of hardware hacking, you have to get into it and weigh the pluses and the minuses. Does this closer fit your need? Like the very beginning of the show with the niche distro. I mean,
I got you.
So just want to throw it out there. And it's called Ninja Block. Just saying that's a plus.
Okay.
And in the video, I mean, not in the video, in the picture at the bottom, I like it because they basically have it looks like it's wirelessly connected to a tablet. And they're doing something in it.
I love this. To wrap up this article, we're not quite sure what it does. It looks cool, and it has the word ninja in it.
Yep. Moving on.
Okay.
Okay, the next thing, the last episode of Everyday Linux, they talked about home servers. And one of the things they said that really I wanted to get in there is saying what's the best home server or how to set up a home server is like saying, I need transportation to work. Well, do you work on an island? Do you work on a skyscraper? Do you work under the ground? Do you work in your house? I mean, it was a very broad thing where a lot of different things could have happened. Okay. I found this link over at linuxlinks.com, the 6 best free